Hello everyone, hope everyone can hear me. Welcome to this ebankIT webinar about our new documentation tool, the Knowledge Hub. Let us start with a quick intro. I am Paula Oliveira, I'm the head of digital experience of the ebankIT product, and I lead the team that is responsible for defining all the product requirements, UX, UI, and the part that is more important for us today, the product documentation. With me, I have Eulália Pinto, our lead technical writer, responsible for the Knowledge Hub. And in the audience, we have Maria Correia and Rita Ribeiro, the technical writers that also made this new portal possible.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. This is more than just a documentation update. It's about a shift in the way we share knowledge, support our partners, and to help everyone in the ebankIT ecosystem work faster and with greater confidence. Let's take a closer look. The Knowledge Hub is the platform replacing the enablement portal. And if you have worked with us before, you know it already. It served its purpose, of course, but as the platform grew, we needed a more open, scalable, and organized system. The Knowledge Hub brings together technical documentation, implementation guides, feature descriptions, UI configurations, and more in one place, all organized in a way that makes sense to all readers.
So today, in this webinar, we want to share with you the new Knowledge Hub, explore how you can take advantage of all its information, and enable your financial institution to build faster and smarter on top of the ebankIT platform. We will have some time in the end for questions, but if you want, you can write them using the section in the Q&A section, and we will address them in the end. So let's start. As you may know, the ebankIT product was designed to allow financial institutions to evolve from a buy-only mode to a buy and build mode where they can be autonomous developers, add their own transactions and features to their project, or configure our out-of-the-box features. The Knowledge Hub can guide you through all the steps needed to be able to scale the ebankIT platform.
To build the Knowledge Hub, we started by listening to the pains that our documentation readers were dealing with every day, just trying to find the information they needed. And if you have worked with our previous tool, the enablement portal, you probably know that pain firsthand, opening one PDF, then another, and then another, and still not finding the answer you were looking for.
That's true, Eulália. And that back and forth between PDFs that you just described was a real friction point for our documentation readers. And honestly, the deeper issue, there was no way to search across all content. So even knowing what you needed, it didn't mean that you would find it quickly. The way we were organizing and publishing the ebankIT product documentation quickly became obsolete. So that's why we decided to create a new portal. The old enablement portal will be closed until April next year, so we invite you all to sign up for the Knowledge Hub and explore this new portal. And creating this new hub was also the opportunity to rethink how we describe and communicate the ebankIT product. We wanted to do more than just migrate documentation from PDFs to web pages, right, Eulália?
Yes, Paula. When we started planning the Knowledge Hub, we didn't just want to give people the content. We wanted to give them a clear path. So we rebuilt the navigation from the ground up. Wherever you are, you always know where you are, and there's a breadcrumb at the top of every pages, and the menu on the left is organized by topic. And when a topic has several components, instead of one long page, we present it as a set of pages, so you can go straight to the one you need.
But let's move on to the Knowledge Hub and do a quick tour of its main areas and possibilities.
This is our landing page, the Knowledge Hub homepage. Right at the top, you have three main areas of the ebankIT platform: ebankIT NXP, Studio X, and Marketplace. And as you can see, each one has a short description and the open button, so you go straight into the documentation that matters to you after creating your account first, of course. Whether that's the core platform or the local tool or the specific market features in Marketplace and like the Canadian layer or the connectors. There are two additional helpful shortcuts below that. Click on the Read More button that walks new users through the process of creating an account here on the login page. You can also read the terms of use, privacy notice, and all these compliance guidelines. For those who are still using our V7 releases and want to access this legacy documentation, you can click here and explore our previous releases. At top of every page, you have still these three tabs with the areas that I mentioned. So you can move between them in a single click, no matter where you are in the documentation. And because each product has its own dedicated space, the content stays clean and focused. On top of that, wherever it applies, you will see a release drop-down right next to the product name. And you are also choosing exactly which version's documentation you want to see. Within NXP, the content is divided into clear sections. You have Getting Started, which covers release notes and service specs. Then the platform concepts with logical architecture, orchestrator, or security, or other relevant subjects. This is where you go to understand how the platform works behind the scenes. And once your project is set up and you start moving into actual development, there's a dedicated area here, the implementation. Another area worth highlighting is the features section. It is divided into client, front office, and back office features collection. So depending on which side of the platform you are working on, you go straight to what's relevant to you. Let's take a look at the client features collection. There is a feature list that works as a master index, as it groups every client-facing feature by group, like activity or personalization, and shows you at a glance which application and feature the feature is available on internet banking, Android, or iOS. And below that, the same features are organized individually in the menu. So you can click on, let's say, change password, and you will see it expands into internet banking, Android, and iOS, each one with its own dedicated page. This means you are not stuck with one generic description that tries to cover every platform at once. And of course, right at the top, you have this search bar. It's a full text search, so it doesn't just match titles or headings. It actually searches through the entire content of every page, including inside code snippets. So let's try to search for theme settings, for example. You have here the results, and as you can see, it gives you the result inside the code snippet. You can use this copy option too. Another thing we wanted to bring was richer content, not just text and screenshots. So now, depending on the page, you might find a short video as we see here on the release NXP 4.0 page, or a GIF showing a quick interaction or animation that's easier to understand in motion than in words. The idea is simple. Some things are just easier to show than to explain. So instead of forcing everything into text, we use whatever format makes the content most understandable. And I almost forgot, there's a light and dark mode switch for whenever you want to read the documentation under the bright light of the day or in full hacker mode at 2 a.m. Either way, the Knowledge Hub got you covered.
And speaking of being covered, that's really what the Knowledge Hub is about. Today, it becomes more than a documentation website. It is an evolving source of truth of all the information about the ebankIT platform. It keeps being updated on a daily basis, and not only when a new release is launched. It's easy to navigate, easy to search, and a reliable source of content. You can stop just opening PDFs and start having a backup companion to explore all the information about the ebankIT product. And as we mentioned in the beginning of this webinar, we wanted to provide a better user experience for our documentation readers, but we also wanted to empower them so they could explore the ebankIT platform and evolve to the build mode. And for that, we included step-by-step information. For example, what do I need to do if I'm starting a new project, Eulália?
If you are really starting, here's all the information to begin in the Take the First Step page. It's the onboarding guide for anyone starting fresh with ebankIT NXP. It briefly explains how the journey starts with installing StudioX and ends with creating your first project. And from here, you can jump straight into the Documentation X space, where you'll find all the detailed instructions to actually get started, from requesting your realm and access credentials to downloading and installing the StudioX itself, step by step.
Okay, that seems really helpful. What about if I already have my project set up and running and I want to start building my own transactions?
For that, you have to use the ebankIT StudioX, of course, and you can see our documentation about all the transactions types that you can create. By the way, did you know that you can start a transaction from scratch or copy an existing transaction and just configure it to meet your requirements? It's especially useful for transactions with complex orchestrations like onboarding or product subscriptions. You can see this dedicated area under the transactions pages. We also use some use cases that can help you with real examples, such as transfer to own accounts and current account details.
Okay, this is really important for users with a background more focused on development, but I believe it's important to mention that the Knowledge Hub supports multiple roles within the project development or the financial institutions, from business analysts to IT or security roles. And we also have an important area dedicated to the UI configuration and user experience. As you may know, the particles design system is the starting point for all the UI of new projects. We expect that each project is able to configure our vanilla version to get their branding and to provide the best user experience for their members. And in the Knowledge Hub, the project teams have all the information they need about the particles design system, from its foundations to its components. And for each component, the designers and developers can learn about its best practices, behaviors, and how to configure it. We also included Figma files directly into the pages, so our readers can actually explore the design system without having to jump into a separate tool. And this is especially useful for UI components because instead of just describing how something looks and behaves in text, our users can also see and explore the real design file and all its specifications right where they are reading about it. Also, in this UI configurations area, you can discover how to go further with your UI. There's another area below the design system, the UI configurations area, where you can learn about creating new themes, configure the branding, or manage the navigation to get to the information architecture and the menu that you want for your internet banking or mobile apps.
We launched the Knowledge Hub about 7 months ago, and so far the community of ebankIT clients, partners, and integrators has been using it on a daily basis. We have almost 300 active users from 13 different companies between ebankIT clients and partners. I would like to mention also a bell icon here next to the search bar. That's how you subscribe to the portal. Click it and you will get notified whenever there's an update, so you always know when something new is published. There's also a Did this page help you? In almost every pages. It's a simple yes or no answer, and you can leave a comment to submit it directly. And this is very important because it goes straight to our documentation team.
So if you already signed up for the Knowledge Hub, I believe you can now explore it deeper, take advantage of all its benefits and innovate even more. If not, we invite you to go to docs.ebankit.com, sign up and start using it today so you can learn more about the ebankIT platform. If you have trouble signing up, you can reach to our partners team. Okay, so if you have any troubles signing up or finding any information, you can reach out to this email, partners@ebankit.com. And don't forget that we would love to get your feedback so we can truly support you and your project. So thank you all for listening to us, and we can now have some minutes if anyone has questions. Okay, we have a question here from Ubuzanga. Does this documentation platform can be accessed using some tool or MCP to integrate with developer tools? Is it something ebankIT is thinking or of creating? Thank you for your question. We are the tool on which this portal is built. It provides a public API that we can access. So we are already making some tests with it in partnership with our professional service team. So we may have some news about this the next few months. Okay, there's another question from Fabio Pelagatti. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it well. Are the documentations accessible for AI agents, for example, through API that could be accessed to feed the RAG system? Or do you have something like this already planned? Are the export functionalities for when we might need to share part of documentations with colleagues that have no login? Okay, so the first part, the answer is similar to the answer to the previous question. We are exploring it using the public API that the tool provides and trying to see how we can use, for example, a RAG system or other way of taking advantage of all this information. Regarding the export functionalities for colleagues that don't have any login, right now the information is only available for registered users. So you can share, for example, a link to a page or even to a specific header within a page, but that person needs to sign up to have access to the contents. Right now, we are not planning to give public access to the Knowledge Hub. Any other questions? Okay, I guess this is it. So I think we can finish here our webinar. I would like to thank you all again for being here and for letting us sharing this great news about the Knowledge Hub with you. And if you have any questions or any feedback, we invite you to share it with us later. So thank you all.